What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Locked Up 365. I get asked all the time over all different platforms, what was the worst person you were locked up with? Today I'm going to be answering that question. Real quick, if you're new to my channel and you like jail-related content, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so you can be notified as soon as a video touches down. Alright, so let's kick this off. In January 2013, they identified Daniel Delphin from Walton, Kentucky. His remains had been found in several places throughout the tri-state area. So in 2014, I got arrested, and I had since forgot about the dismemberment of this young man. And it wasn't anything to do with it not being on the news. I just had a lot of things going on in my life. I was a addict, and so I really wasn't paying attention too much to the news. But I went to rec one day, and there was a guy at the window, and he was signing somebody else. And I walked up, and he kind of was whispering as he was signing, and he said, "You're my hero." And I was like, "Who is that?" And he said, "You don't know who that is?" And I was like, "No. Who is that?" And he said, was one of the ones that dismembered the boy last year. And I didn't say anything. I just kind of walked away. And I was sitting there thinking, why are you signing this dude you're my hero? I didn't understand. I didn't say anything to the guy. I just went on about my own business. I looked it up, and from the stories that was going around, from the hall boys and everything else that got to talk to him at the time, because of course he was by himself in a max cell versus I was in population. So the hall boys got to talk to him during the tray exchanges and stuff like that. But basically they were saying the same thing that the news was saying, and I had to look into the reports because I didn't want to give you all misleading information, and I never knew how much time the guy actually got. So I'm going to be reading off my notes here, so if you see me looking down, that's what I'm doing. Alright, so Daniel, the victim, he was incarcerated with one of the three guys that killed him. He was incarcerated before. He was basically a low-level drug dealer that they got with trafficking. But he was in the cell with him and basically probably talked up that he was moving tons of weight. So when they got out, this guy and his buddies said, "Hey, I know where we can go get a lick. We can have him give us his dude that probably moves way more weight than him." So basically the three went and picked Daniel up, and they tried to press down on him and get his dude's phone number of who he went to get all these drugs, and he wouldn't give it up. So the guy in the back seat with him started choking him, hitting him with a pipe, fists, and they got him out of the car, slit his throat, stabbed him in the chest, rolled him down a hill. And they all basically said the same thing, that they never went to kill him, but it just got out of control real fast. And that's everybody's excuse that murders somebody. Almost. Some people are like, "Yeah, I did it on purpose." But the ones that say they did it on accident, they always say they never planned to do it. But the newspapers labeled these three as neo-Nazis. They hated drug dealers. They basically hated everybody. So all three of them did get charged with murder, kidnapping, and tampering with physical evidence. They did get abuse of a corpse dropped. They ended up pleading out. I didn't check into all three of them because I wasn't locked up with all three of them. Two of them they put in other counties to keep them separate from each other. But the guy I was locked up with, he got 45 years for complicity kidnapping because of the victim's death. He got 45 years complicity murder to run concurrent. All these run concurrent. 5 years complicity tampering with physical evidence. So basically, if you don't know what concurrent means, concurrent is it runs all together. So he got 45, 45, and 5. Basically, he's going to do 45 years. Now, if it would have been consecutive, he would have had to do 45, then start another 45, then start the 5. He's not eligible for parole until January 4th, 2033. He's in Southeast State Correction Complex. His minimum serve out is 5/7/2056. So basically, if he don't make parole, he's going to be sitting, which more than likely they're not going to parole him out on these charges. So more than likely they're going to make him serve the whole time. Now he will get good time and he can do programs and stuff to lower this down. And it is a possibility to get parole. I mean, these are some bad charges, but I don't know what happened in the courtroom as far as, did he say like, hey, I didn't really have much to do with it, and the other two got like a lot more time, you know, like just by the way it looks. I mean, you get hit with murder, kidnapping, and everything else. I don't think you're going anywhere. I don't think they're letting you out on parole, especially your first time up. It's just highly unlikely. I did feel real bad for the family. They did have a funeral, but they didn't even find all his body parts because they put his body parts, they scattered a lot of them throughout a landfill. And basically by the time they caught him and they found out where the rest of him was, so much stuff had been dumped, and you know, it's like a needle in a haystack. And that's exactly what the guy said that ran the landfill. He's like, you'll probably never find it. And they didn't. That's all I got on this video. If y'all want to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, or if you would like to donate to Locked Up 365, I'm going to leave the links in the description below. Thanks for watching Locked Up 365.